Hey guys, it's Bizarre Individual, and today I'm going to be doing a wrap-up of what I read for the Manga Freak-A-Thon. The Manga Freak-A-Thon, if you did not know, was a readathon that I hosted alongside with the Panda Postt and Mommaluvsmanga. It was a lot of fun, but let me just go through what I read really fast, and then I'll explain why I didn't get much reading done, and I'm almost out of time, so this is going to be all in one take. So I read that much, which is actually impressive if you consider everything that I had going on that week. The 2 weeks, it was from the 19th through the 31st. The first week I was in New York City. The second week I had to move, and it just kind of happened that way. Like, I planned the New York City trip and I didn't know I needed to move, and just kind of all went together, and I was like, let's just try to get everything done. And then I think I planned, talked to them about the readathon before. I think it was before I knew I had to move, or either the New York trip, I'm not sure. But anyways, so yeah, I've been super busy, so that's why I didn't get that much reading done. We all did have a bingo board that I kind of completed and kind of didn't complete, so I did definitely cheat on that one. But yeah, anyways, let's just get into it. And I didn't even think to bring the bingo board with me, so I'll see if I can do it by memory. So anyways, so the first thing I read, actually literally on the way to New York City, I drove, and it was about, I want to say it was about 13 to 14 hours up there, and then on the way back it was about 16 hours because we got lost, which I thought it would take shorter to come back, because it normally takes a lot shorter to come back on trips and stuff, but oh, I can't sit down and be cut off. But yeah, anyways, so I read this on a break from driving. I should have been sleeping, but yeah. We left like really late at night, and so I stopped at Kroger because I felt safe in a 24-hour parking lot. And Adam took a nap, and I read this, which, to start off exactly, it was like 12 o'clock when I started on the 19th, and my time, and yeah, this was fantastic. It was creepy, it was, been a while since I read it. It was every single thing that I expected it to be and wanted it to be. I did give it 5 stars, but looking back at it, I probably would have given it 4 stars because I read so many amazing things for this readathon in the 2 weeks that it could be a 5-star. I'll have to think about it, but in this one I crossed off the moon, I crossed off a bug, and as you could probably guess, it's all like horror themed for the bingo. It's pretty much just about this serial killer that kills young boys, and the same mangaka Shin also did a comedy manga that I want to read. And of course, I think I crossed off murder in this one, I crossed off death, I crossed off crying, I crossed off running, I crossed off knife, I crossed off devil. It was a picture of a devil, so I counted it. Let's see what else did I cross off. And then I think I crossed off read a spooky title on this one as well. So yeah, you pretty much could just make up your own rules really with the bingo board and the challenges. So you could either read like 25 different mangas, which I knew I didn't have time for, or you could double up. So I think that was it. But yeah, I got a lot of bingos crossed off through this one right here. And I think there was an evil laugh in this one. No, it was in the other one. Okay. The next I read, and this was when I was in New York, and it took me like 2 days because I split it up, but this was 5 stars. I absolutely love this. This is Opus's Satoshi Kon's, and unfortunately he died before he could finish this, but in a weird way, even though I do wish that this would continue, it kind of ended in a perfect spot for the tone of the story. Um, like I said, I should have done this. I was so busy, like I literally moved, and I actually, I have to do this video now because I have surgery. I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out tomorrow morning right after I get off work, and I'm about to take the dog to the vet. It's just been crazy, but anyways, yeah, and then I have two, I don't know what they're called, I think they're like cysts in my mouth, from where the wisdom teeth were pushing on them, so I'm gonna lose my wisdom teeth and then two more teeth, which is fantastic. But anyways, back to this. But I freaking enjoyed this so much. There was a mask in here. There was, it's like right on the cover actually. There was hiding. There was gun. There was, yeah, I crossed off quite a few in this one as well. And what I liked when I was reading is, if I wasn't like so busy, I would have like kind of doubled up on them to see how many I could get of like each one, because it was like a lot of like, I found a lot of moons, I found a lot of you know, of course, knives and murder, since that was the theme, stuff like that. I wish I could have, but once I found one, I just kind of, I was like, I don't have time. But yeah, so anyways, I highly recommend this. This was probably my favorite read. I think this was my favorite read. And this has been sitting on my shelf for 3 years now, so a little bit over 3 years, about 2.5 years, yeah. But yeah, and I absolutely loved it, and it's the reason why I didn't get it was because it's unfinished, but you'll just have to read it and see. It's kind of reminded me of that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, I think it was like Invasion, and anyways, it's like, it's so psychological, where it's like they go through different dimensions and stuff. And yeah, I don't know how much I want to say about it, but just go read it. It's fantastic. And yeah, so I had just so many good reads that, like, I love this one so much, but then when I read this one, I was like, oh, this is what I need out of a 5-star. So it kind of bumped this one down a little bit, but I still love this one. Okay, what else? I'm trying to go in order of what I read. So in New York, next I read this one, and this one crossed off so many bingos. Pretty much the Terror Cafe is this I guess witch lady. She's psychic, and she has a cafe, and she reads tarot cards and helps out the supernatural. Definitely want to be doing a separate review once I finish the series. I actually read, this is I think it's 3-in-1 or something like that. There's 7 volumes altogether, and then a light novel. Wow. Anyways, this is, I think it's Korean. I don't know, but I know it's not like technically manga, but yeah, it's Korean. But anyways, I love this so much. Definitely loved it in a different tone than I did for Opus, but it was exactly what I wanted. I read this, and then I read, like, I think the first volume in the omnibus of the second one, and then I ran out of time, and that's when I was had to drive home from New York, and yeah, those 2 weeks just kind of got away from me. I mean, I know it doesn't look like I read a lot, but surprisingly, like, I'm surprised I actually read as much as I did. If you ever moved in a place that you stayed in for like 2 years, and you have a huge ass collection of not just manga but everything, and yeah, it's a lot, and then you only have 1 week to move because you're stupid and decided to go to New York before. But anyways, back to this. But so yeah, it crossed off a lot of bingos because every single like little adventure was a different supernatural being. So it crossed off like monster, it crossed off spirit animal, it crossed off I can't think of more bingos, but like, oh, vampire, it crossed off vampire, which was actually I picked that one also for my favorite villain, because even though he's like evil, he's good, which in a lot of stories vampires are like evil, but then anyways, it's a trope, but I really liked him. But I think he like knows that he's evil, and unlike this one, like, this serial killer kills kids. You can't be your favorite villain. Like, I absolutely hated him with a passion. No redeeming qualities at all. Even though this vampire kills people, he, and I guess vampires aren't supposed to have a soul or heart, but like, he does, you can see that he has compassion and he knows that he's doing wrong. So, it's just one story, but it kind of, what I like about this is there's kind of like short stories where the witch like helps out the supernatural by reading the tarot. Sometimes she just reads the tarot and just tells them what it says. Other times she actually goes above and beyond and helps them. There's a overall backstory into it. Yeah, it was fantastic. Can't wait to read more. I'm just going to start from the beginning and just binge all 3 volumes in one day once I have some time. Next, I think I read this one, and this one was the one that I really cheated on. I counted these guys as zombies because they're dead, even though they're disintegrating, but they're still walking around. But I guess I really technically didn't get a bingo, but a blackout bingo. But this was a reread for me. I had to kind of read it because the Panda Postt didn't like it at all, so I just thought, in my weird humor itself, yeah, I just thought it'd be funny to read it and read-a-thon that we're doing together to kind of be like, oh, I don't know, I'm weird. I'm like, but anyways, and then I read this, which the Earl and the Fairy, and I loved the first volume, and and it was only 4 volumes, so I thought I was definitely going to get to it, and I didn't, so I don't know why I didn't, but in this one, it was, I think I used it as, I think there was a witch in here. No, a fairy. Oh wow, Earl and the Fairy. I think there might have been a witch too, but used this as a fairy because she's a fairy doctor. So yeah, kind of cheat on that. But this was just a really different shoujo. I really liked it. It was kind of like English style, kind of Britain, I guess, but it was quite enjoyable. Next, let's get this one out of the way. Offbeat. I was really excited to get this and find this again, but it's not that I didn't like it. The reason why I read this one is because in the move all my books were in boxes and I couldn't find anything to read, and I was half my books were like moved over to, we're just gonna sit on the floor. Let me fix this. Give me 1 second. Okay. Half my, that didn't really help. But anyways, half my books were literally already moved over, so I just grabbed this, and I was cleaning the old place, and this book was still over there, so that's why I got it, and I read it, and I don't really know if I enjoyed it or not. I think I was just kind of disappointed because I was reading so many good books that it just kind of just didn't set the bar for, it might have been a 3-star, but reading everything else, it kind of brought it to like a 2-star, so I need to go back and read this one, the 2nd volume, and kind of see if I like it more, that I'm not reading it so close to so many amazing other titles. So, yeah, this is really bothering me. I guess. Okay, so I'm actually going to do, I was going to do the giveaway in this video too, but I'm going to split it up since this is taking so long. And this is just going to be my wrap up. Okay, so I think, yeah, I read this on the last day of the read-a-thon. I squeezed this in during Sabbath. Mommaluvsmanga read this, so I kind of wanted to read it. I talked about it. I didn't make it through the first volume, which I absolutely love this. This was amazing. It's by the same person that does Mars, which is a shoujo, and then this was her trying to do a seinen, which she does a great job at both. If you haven't checked out Mars, it's out of print, but go look for it. And I believe this is out of print, but it wasn't that hard to find. Yeah, it was yeah, I use this as the doctor, I think. Cross the doctor went off on this one. Might have crossed more off, but it was just twisty and I'm trying to remember it because I remember I really enjoyed it, but here's some artwork for you. It's fantastic. So definitely read it. I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of it when I have time. Then I managed, in breaks from moving, I took breaks and I read, did sprints of these. Sorry that my video keeps cutting out. My phone's really old and piece of shit, so. And this was just really charming. It was really delightful. It's just these um, kids, which, the fact that they're so young, they're like in middle school. They're doing like all these like adult things. It's just, it was a little bit off-putting in a way. But they form a detective agency, and yeah, it's just like each one's a little like mystery that they have to solve. It was, I loved it. Definitely highly recommend it. I think there's a continuation of like when they're older, and I have it up there that I'm definitely going to read soon when I have time. But anyways, and yeah, I love these like little flaps, like the little inserts. But yeah, and that's in each volume, and yeah. Yeah, and each boy has a different personality, which I really enjoyed, and it's just funny how they all interact with each other, and yeah. And what was funny about this is I actually read volume 1, and then I read volume 3, and I was like, and it kind of went together, and then I think one of them was like a flashback most of the time, so I didn't realize until after I finished that I read the wrong volume, so I went back and read volume 2, so just kind of funny, but it all kind of worked out. But yeah, so like I don't know, I'm trying to do star ratings, but I don't know what I would rate this. But anyways, so yeah, that is all I read for the thing, and I kind of like, oh yeah, I found, it just says in it, he's sleeping like an angel, so I counted that as an angel, which doesn't really count, so I guess I didn't get that one either, but we're going to count it. So I did kind of get a blackout, but then at the same time I didn't. But yeah, oh shit. Okay, so I read all of these, which we are definitely going to be doing this next year in January. It will be a lot, like I had so much fun, don't get me wrong. I had so much fun with talking with these ladies every single day. I had so much fun getting on Twitter and Instagram and seeing all you guys like posting. I just had a blast reading. I just wish I didn't have to like schedule time to read. Like I'm like, okay, I only have 15 minutes to read. I have to read. Like that was just, I'd much rather. I love it how I used before I used, oh, I had to work, so that's why I did. No one can use that as an excuse. You can always find time if you work. Like I work, well now I work more, but like back when I used it as an excuse, I work like 50 hours a week. Like no. Anyways, now it's like I work 50 hours a week, and I picked up another job. Then I have this going on, and then I moved, and then I went to, like, no. But anyways, back to the point. I absolutely had so much fun, and next time is going to be a lot more organized. I got actually ideas from you guys of how they want a full 2 weeks. It's going to be a different theme. It's going to be in January. It's going to start off the new year right, even though I think it's going to be the second week in January is what I'm thinking. To the like end of it, but a full 2 weeks. I'm having so many ideas. We're definitely going to do a bingo board. We're going to have like 7 challenges. The giveaways are going to be more throughout. Scheduled on Twitter sprints. Just I have a lot of ideas, and my hosts are going to be joining me. I think I'm going to try to get some more people to join in, and then we're going to kind of separate the tasks so everything will be fantastic. And I'm going to announce it in the giveaway thing, but 41 people at least said that they were going to participate. I want to say about 38 actually participated. Um, so that is a fantastic number. I know most of those people weren't from me. They're from Mommaluvsmanga and The Panda Postt because they're freaking huge and they're, well, they deserve it. They're fantastic. But yeah, it was, I think more people participated on Twitter than anything, so I definitely want to focus a lot on Twitter. Um, Not that many people, like, made videos, but I really appreciate the videos on YouTube. That's like my preferred format, just because I guess that's what I started off with, and everything kind of came later. Um, I think I participated the most on Instagram, which I think it was just because it was easy for me to be like, I have 30 minutes, I have to read this book, I have to, so as I was reading it, I would write down what I would find in it, and then I would go back and take a picture of it, and then when I had time later on that day, because I was like being rushed to, don't get me wrong, I had so much fun in New York, I was being rushed to like, on a time thing, so then I'll be like, okay, well then I'll have time 30 minutes at night before I go to bed to post the pictures and write a description. So, yeah, it was quite chaotic, but, yeah, so I think that that's why I participated more on Instagram, is because it was a lot easier, and then the next day I could post all the pictures that I put, on Twitter, and, it just moved better on Instagram, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm rambling, but that is my wrap-up. Yeah, and I am just so excited that I got to talk to everyone, and yeah. Right now I'm gonna film the giveaway of the $25. I'm doing two different 25 giving away two different $25 gift cards, and so watch that next.